Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something pretty fascinating, Circadian-Aligned Eating, CAE for short. And this isn't just another diet trend focusing on what you eat. It's really fundamentally about when you eat.
Exactly.
We're talking about syncing up your meals with your body's own internal, 24-hour clocks. You know, the rhythms that control sleep, hormones, metabolism, the whole works. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, I think, is how far we've drifted. Historically, it was simple, right? Humans ate during daylight hours.
Makes sense.
But now, we've got food available 24/7, artificial light everywhere. It's kind of thrown a wrench into that natural rhythm.
Chrono-disruption, they call it.
That's the term. And it's a big factor in many modern metabolic problems. So CAE is really about trying to get back in sync, realign those internal clocks. It can lead to some pretty profound health shifts.
Right. So our mission today for you listening is to explore the science behind this, look at the real benefits, and, figure out the practical side of making circadian-aligned eating work.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this whole system actually function? You mentioned clocks.
Yeah, so your body has these internal timekeepers. There's a main one, the master clock in your brain. It mostly syncs up with light.
Right, the SCN.
Exactly, the Suprachiasmatic Nucleus. But then you also have peripheral clocks. Basically, almost every organ, your liver, pancreas, even your gut has its own clock.
Wow, okay. Clocks everywhere.
Pretty much. And here's the crucial part. While light sets the master clock, when you eat is a super powerful signal for those organ clocks.
So food timing talks to the organs directly.
Precisely. If you're eating at really irregular times or, late at night when your body thinks it should be winding down, you can actually pull those organ clocks out of sync with the master clock in your brain. It's like giving your metabolism jet lag.
Internal jet lag. I like that. Yeah. So what does that feel like? Or how does it affect things like digestion or energy?
Well, it means your body isn't working optimally. For example, eating earlier in the day takes advantage of your body's natural patterns. You're generally more insulin sensitive in the morning. Your metabolism is running a bit higher.
So better blood sugar control. Maybe easier weight management.
That's what the science suggests. You handle those calories more efficiently, eat the exact same meal late at night, and your body is sort of primed to store more of it as fat.
Even the same amount of food. That's key.
It really is. Plus, CAE helps get your appetite hormones like leptin and ghrelin, the stop-and-go signals for eating, working properly again. It can help stabilize cortisol, the stress hormone, and even boost autophagy.
Autophagy. That's the cellular cleanup process, right?
Yeah, basically your body's internal recycling system, keeping cells healthy. Pretty important stuff.
It sounds like it connects to everything. What about the gut? The gut-brain axis is huge now. Does meal timing affect our gut microbes too?
Absolutely. Your gut microbiome has its own daily rhythms. CAE seems to help strengthen those positive fluctuations in your gut bacteria.
And that reinforces the whole system.
Exactly. A happy, rhythmic gut contributes back to overall circadian alignment, impacting everything from digestion to mood. It's all interconnected.
Okay, the science is compelling, but let's talk results. For someone listening, what are the tangible benefits they might actually see or feel?
Right, the why bother? Well, the evidence is mounting. We see weight loss, for instance. There was a pilot study. Participants lost, on average, about 2.6 kilos. That's nearly 6 pounds in 6 weeks.
Without deliberately cutting calories?
Often, yes, just by shifting the timing. We also see improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and significantly better insulin sensitivity. That lowers the risk for type 2 diabetes.
And mood. You mentioned mood.
Yeah, some studies suggest better mood stability, too. It makes sense if your hormones and blood sugar are more balanced.
What about sleep? That feels like a big one. How does CAE help there?
Oh, definitely. Avoiding eating too close to bedtime is crucial for good sleep. When your digestion is still working hard, it can interfere with falling asleep and staying asleep.
Then we know good sleep is vital for metabolism anyway.
Absolutely. Poor sleep messes with insulin sensitivity and hormones all on its own. So CAE supports sleep, and good sleep supports metabolic health. It's a positive cycle.
Now, a lot of people hear this and think, okay, it sounds like intermittent fasting. Is it just IF with a fancy name? How is it different?
That's a really common question. And it is a type of time-restricted eating, which falls under the IF umbrella. But the key difference, the real core of CAE, is the emphasis on an earlier eating window.
So not just restricting time, but when that time is.
Exactly, like maybe eating between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. or even earlier for some. The goal is to align eating with your body's peak metabolic activity during daylight hours. It's not just about calorie restriction, it's about physiological timing.
Okay, that makes sense. So for someone wanting to try this, what are the practical steps? How do you actually do CAE?
Well, the main principle is to front load your calories. Make breakfast and lunch your more substantial meals.
Bigger meals earlier.
Right. And then aim to finish your evening meal, your dinner, at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. And definitely try to avoid those late night snacks.
Consistency is probably key too.
Hugely important. Your body thrives on routine. Try to keep your eating window pretty consistent, even on weekends, as much as possible.
And does the type of food matter within that window, or is it all just timing?
Oh, food quality absolutely still matters. Prioritize whole, nutrient-dense foods. Think fiber-rich carbs like berries or lentils, good quality proteins, healthy fats, things that give you stable energy.
We should remember this isn't happening in a vacuum, right? Health is holistic.
Precisely. CAE works best as part of a bigger picture. Good sleep habits, regular movement, managing stress, they all work together. CAE is a powerful tool, but it's one tool in the toolbox.
Okay, final crucial point. Warnings. Who needs to be careful here? Is CAE safe for everyone?
A really important question. No, it's not for everyone, and it's vital people understand that. You absolutely need to talk to your doctor or a healthcare professional before making big changes, especially if you have diabetes, type 1 in particular.
Right.
Also, anyone with a history of eating disorders, anyone pregnant or breastfeeding, or people with significant medical conditions, heart issues, neurological conditions, immune disorders.
And medications.
Yes, medications too.
Yeah.
Changing meal timing can sometimes affect how drugs work. So the bottom line is, get professional advice first. Don't just jump in.
That's really crucial advice. So wrapping up, circadian-aligned eating feels like maybe a paradigm shift, moving beyond just what we eat to when.
I think so. It highlights how critical timing is for our biology, and the research is heading towards even more personalized approaches, precision chrononutrition.
Tailoring it to individuals.
Yeah, based on genetics, lifestyle, maybe even your specific gut microbes. We're still learning, but the potential is huge.
It really is. Well, that gives us a lot to think about. If aligning something as basic as when you eat can have such deep effects, maybe it makes you wonder, what other natural rhythms in your life might you be ignoring?